love, holy love, sacred love, abundant love, source of love, let your love shine down on me. From below, from above, love I hope I'm worthy of. Oh, source of love, let your love shine down on me. Before the morning light, I already feel it shining. Before I open up my eyes, I already see it shining. When my road is rough, I can feel your love, and that's enough for me. Blessed love, holy love, sacred love, abundant love, source of love, let your love shine down on me. As above, so below, love from whom all blessings flow. Oh, source of love, let your love shine down on me. On me, the ones I love shine from below and from above. Protect my family and be a light in me. Shine on me, and the ones I love shine from below and from above. Protect my family and shine through me. Be a light in me. Be a light in me. La, 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 la,
Good evening, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I am so glad that we can be together this evening. Hanukkah is over, winter break is almost here. Cantor Kalix and I weren't sure if there would be anyone with us in person or online, but we are excited to have each and every one of you, as well as the special treat of having some of our 2023 B'nai Mitzvah here with us to help lead us in prayer as well. It is wonderful to welcome them back, to get them back on the saddle, and I'm glad that we can all be together this evening. We invite you now to turn in your prayer book to page 10 as we welcome Shabbat with words of Dodi Li, welcoming the Sabbath into our hearts, into our lives.
Dodi li vali lo haroeh pashoshanim. Dodi li mizot olah min
We turn back in our text now to page 2 as we welcome Shabbat with the kindling of the Shabbat lights. Can I get my fellow service leaders up here, our 2023 B'nai Mitzvah group, some of whom could be with us tonight. This is an easy one. You just have to light the candles. Cantor Kalix takes care of the heavy lifting along with the congregation.
I'll do my best.
But we are so glad to have you here with us tonight.
I will not do it.
Volunteer to light those candles. Ozzy, you want it?
I do have an
Do it,
iPad.
man.
That's where all my music
You want to
lives.
do one and Liam can do the other? Teamwork
all
makes
my
the
music
dream
lives.
work. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Of all the-
We are on page 2 in our prayer books.
Sing it. Hold
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav metzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Thank you all so much. You are welcome to be seated for at least a few minutes. Look forward to having you back up here soon. And friends, we invite you to turn to page 5 in your prayer book as we recognize the sweetness of our day of rest with our Shabbat evening Kiddush. If it is comfortable for you to do so, we would invite you to rise in body or in spirit as we join together in prayer. Baruch atah
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodesho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'asei v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikrohe kodesh zecher litziyat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava u'veratzon hinchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen. Chaim.
Hi. Friends, you are welcome to be seated. Cantor, and all of the back and forth. I forget what's
I
next.
think we decided on Zapro.
Fantastic. One of my Shabbat favorites we were debating about including this evening can be found on the top of page 16 in your prayer books. It is a continuation of Psalm 98, welcoming this day with the sound of our voice and with musical instrument.
Zamru l'Adonai bechinor, bechinor bekol zimra, b'hatzotzrot bekol shofar. Hariu lifnei hamelech Adonai, zamru l'Adonai bechinor, bechinor bekol zimra, b'hatzotrot bekol shofar. Hariu lifnei hamelech Adonai. לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק, וימים במישרים. ירום הים ומלואו, תבל ויושביבה. נהרות ימהרו כף, יחד הרים ירננו.
We continue our welcoming of this day with the words of Lecha Dodi found on pages 20 and 21 in your prayer book.
לך לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לה 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 לה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפאר ולתהילה. לה 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 לה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לה 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 לה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, כי באורך קומי יורי, אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לה לה לה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
It's comfortable for you to rise. We invite you to do so.
בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני ים סגולה. בואי חלה, לה לה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
It is already December 15th, with nary a flake of snow in the air. For some, this is a disappointing thing. For others, the thought of a second year where you didn't have to pick up a snow shovel in Pittsburgh is the best thing you can imagine. There's likely nowhere in between. As you turn to your neighbor, as you wish them a Shabbat Shalom, would you share which camp you are in? All right, I kind of have to know at this point. By show of hand, how many are on team I hope it never snows again?
You're correct.
We're fairly evenly split there, I'll be darned. Friends, you are welcome to be seated as we turn to page 24 in our prayer books, as we continue our greetings, welcoming God's ministering angels. Words of Shalom Aleichem can again be found on page 24.
Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Aliyom, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, malachei ha-shalom, malachei elyon, mi-melech malachei ha-melachim, ha-kadosh baruch hu. Shalom aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech, Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu l'shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitkhem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Would you join us now in the English on the bottom of page 29 in preparation for our Baruch Hu praise? O God, you are as near as the very air we breathe, yet farther than the farthest most star. We yearn to reach you. We seek the light and warmth of your presence. Though we say you are near, we are lonely and alone. Oh, let our desire be so strong that it will tear the veil that keeps you from our sight. Let your light release our darkness and reveal the glory and joy. As we continue with page 28, we again invite you to rise as you are able.
Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la la
page 30. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chochma poteach she'arim, uvitvuna mishaneh itim, umachalif et hazmanim, sader et hakochavim, b'mishmeroteham barakia kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, uma'avir yom umevi layla, uma'avdil bein yom uvein layla, Adonai tzivaot shemo, El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. I did warn you that you didn't get to be at your seats for too long. Friends from our 2023 B'nai Mitzvah class, could I have you join Cantor Kalix and I again as you lead us in those prayers? Come on up here. Found on pages 34 and 35, and then page 36, the watchwords of our faith and our reminder of our obligation as members of the Jewish community. We invite you to join us on page 34. 3, 2, 1. Israel, Adonai. Welcome to be seated as we continue page 36. Not you guys.
Not you.
Behavta time. Need you up here.
Whoopsies.
Ready? Thank you so much. You are welcome to go back to your seats with our gratitude. With our gratitude not only for helping to lead the service, but for joining us in showing that indeed B'nai Mitzvah is a milestone as one becomes a Jewish adult, not the end of the road. You live that every Sunday. As you join us at Torah Center, you live that throughout the holidays and celebrations with your family, and you do so by being here tonight, and we are so grateful. We turn in our prayer books now to page 40, where we find words of Mi Chamocha, our prayer, our thanksgiving for freedom.
Yai lai lai la lai la 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 la. Yai lai lai la lai la 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 la. Yai lai la lai la 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 la. Yai la lai lai ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nehtar b'kodesh, norate tosefele. Malchutecha ra'uvanecha, okei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, ze'elianu ve'amru, ze'elianu ve'ameru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehtar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osefere, nora tehilot osefere.
The historic experience of the Jewish community is one of peaks and one of valleys. It feels like we are living in the depth of a valley this Shabbat, and for those Shabbatot that have occurred since October 7th. We hold so much heartache, so much pain as we gather even in community, as we gather and offer our prayers. To the section of our service where we've been inserting prayers for the state of Israel, we begin this evening with a prayer Cantor Kalix composed, the unique melody coming to us from our Tisha B'Av observances, a recognition of another trough, another valley in the Jewish experience.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, melech haolam, matzil asurim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, melech haolam, zoker efufim. In this moment of darkness, we turn to you, ruler of all, who steadies our steps, opens our eyes, helps us to see. In our hour of need, we turn to you. You give us strength, help us to free the captive, help us to lift up the fallen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, melech haolam, hanotzein lehayef koach. In our darkest day, you are our light. Shine through the night, ruler of all. Give us strength, help us to
As if our hearts could hold any more pain. Ooh, already. That's not the right one. As if our hearts could hold any more pain, we think tonight not only of those who are still captive, but the three who are no longer captive, those whose lives were lost this day. We think of Yotam, Chaim, and Samar, Fawad, Talalka, and Alon Shamris. We hold them in our prayers, in our thoughts, that they may draw closer to God.
Adonai ro'i lo echsar v'hinot sheyar b'tzeini al mei menuchot Nafshi yeshavev, yeshavev, Yancheini b'magalei tzedek, Yancheini b'magalei tzedek, leman shemo. Taroch lefanai, lefanai, shulchan neged sorerai, dishanta v'shemen roshi, kosi rivaya. Adonai ro'i lo echsar, Adonai ro'i lo echsar.
And with the words on the screen, or that can be found on page 42 in your prayer books, our Hashkivenu praise. We ask for God's shelter of peace. We ask for a durable end to conflict. We ask God's presence in our lives and the lives of all in need.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
We turn back in our prayer books now to the central portion of our worship service together. We are on page 46 in our prayer books for the words of Tefillah, our Amidah. Kylie, Zach, Liam, Ozzy, Kayla, you game?
Let's do it.
Come on. As they make their way to the pulpit, we would invite you to rise as we continue on pages 46 and following. Anyone want the microphone? You're welcome to it. Liam?
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagita gilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avoteinu ve'imoteinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, Mezocher Chastei Avot ve'imahot, Umevi Geluha livnei b'neihem, Leman Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atah le'oshia. Mashiv haruach u'morid ha'gashem, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim. Somech noflim berofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayei emunato, V'yishenei yafar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, Umidah melach, Melech meimit, Umechayei, Umasmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah le'achayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei ha'akol. Atah kadosh v'shemah kadosh, v'kadoshim b'chol yom yehallelu chasecha. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Awesome. Thank you so much. As they make their way back to their seats, we continue in a moment of silent prayer, using the words through page 60 in our prayer book, or that which can only come from our own hearts to guide us. When you have finished your moment of silent prayer, we invite you to be seated.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amecha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amecha Tasim Le'olam. Ki ata melech Adon lechol Shalom, ki yatahu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom rav al Yisrael amecha tasim le'olam. Shalom rav al Yisrael amecha tasim le'olam. Metov be'einecha levarech et amecha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom rav al Yisrael amecha tasim le'olam. Shalom rav al Yisrael amecha tasim le'olam. Tasim le'olam. Tasim le'olam.
Our Mishaberach Lecholim, found on page 253 in your prayer book, invites God's presence to be with all who are hurting this evening. If you are thinking of loved ones, of family, of friends, of members of this community, your community, any community, in need of healing this Shabbat, we invite you to share their name aloud as you are comfortable doing so, that we might ask God's healing presence in their lives.
Eugene Mahonsky, Francis Williams, John Paul Mahonsky. People of Israel, Gaza, and Ukraine.
Jeff Gerlach, Vanessa Schrader.
Judith Sager, Violet Sahar, Jacqueline
Baruch atah Adonai rofeh hacholim. Blessed are you, God, who brings a measure of comfort to all who ail. We're on page 253.
Mishaberach Avoteinu Mekol
Vayakom melech hadash al Mitzrayim, asher lo yada et Yosef. A new Pharaoh arose, who knew not Joseph, is, for me, among the most powerful verse of Torah. Powerful because it speaks not only to our ancestors' situation under Pharaoh, but to a phenomenon observable throughout Jewish history, including this year within institutions of higher education across this country. Now that I have your attention, let me take you back to our sacred text. We are collectively well aware of the most famous portrayal of our ancestors' encounter with Pharaoh. From the book of Exodus and from our retellings during the Passover Seder, Pharaoh is depicted as harsh, demanding that our ancestors build the store cities of Pithom and Ramses. He's depicted as cruel, demanding the death of Israelite baby boys. He is presented as recalcitrant, a great synonym for stubborn that just sounded more damning, so I wanted to use it in this sermon. Pharaoh, we can agree, is not a friend of the Israelites and is bad news for the Jews. Except in this week's Torah portion. The Pharaoh of Parashat Miketz is curious and kind and interested in a meritocracy. He is so welcoming to Joseph that Joseph ended up marrying an Egyptian priest's daughter and raising 2 kiddos with Egyptian names. He's so welcoming that he put Joseph in a chariot wearing a royal robe and had everyone bow to him before putting him in charge of the land of Egypt. The relationship between Joseph and that old Pharaoh, not the one who knew not Joseph, clearly, is what enabled Joseph to succeed. It isn't until a new day arrived with new leadership who knew not Joseph that the tide began to change. Since the tragic events of October 7th, too many Jews on American college campuses have felt increasingly isolated and harassed and subjected to intimidation. It's what led the U.S. House of Representatives to hold a hearing on campus anti-Semitism that has loomed large in our consciousness over the past weeks. I suspect everyone in this room has followed the headlines. The presidents of Harvard, the University of Pennsylvania, and MIT have come under intense criticism for their evasive answers to whether calls for genocide of Jews violates their university policies. How the university boards have responded is probably a better discussion than it is a sermon, and I look forward to having that discussion over a cookie or maybe a beverage with anyone who chooses. But the tenor of that hearing, the feeling of our students, the activities taking place on college campuses, has me concerned that we are living right now in the next time when a Pharaoh who knew not Joseph has arisen. The institutions of higher education and American life that have largely been what enabled our success throughout the generations are now challenging it in painful ways that I believe are predicated on a lack of understanding and a lack of relationship with the Jewish community from before. My heart breaks that our college students are subjected to Students for Justice in Palestine hateful actions and communications. My heart breaks that they are being increasingly held responsible for the decisions of an Israeli government that they probably don't themselves support and certainly didn't get a chance to vote for. My heart breaks that on campus after campus, incidents of anti-Semitism keep occurring that distract them from their studies and from the relationships and experiences that make the college experience what it is. The experience of being Jewish on a college campus today can be summed up for many as not great, and not as great as it could be for everyone else. And that's not great. It's a new time with new leadership who apparently know not the Jewish community, and it has parents and students desperately looking for support. I would suggest that we turn again to that biblical text. The common thread running through the stories of Pharaoh in Genesis and Exodus, the leaders who were good for the Jews and bad for the Jews, respectively, is the Israelites having a connection to something or someone beyond the boundaries of their immediate experience. Joseph, when he's interpreting Pharaoh's dreams, make clear it isn't him, but God doing that. A thread of connection and identity that runs through changing his hair and his clothing and his status. Later in Exodus, the Israelites, when they're suffering in bondage in Egypt, hold firm to their community and their identity and to their God as well. How I wish that college campuses were the positive, uplifting, affirming spaces to foster Jewish identity that they were for me. We're just not there right now. But for the students who can hold on to the core of their identity, their Jewish connections and their family traditions for some, and their belief in God, or let's be real, they're young Jews, their struggle to believe in God for others, to the students who can hold on to their core of their identity, they're less susceptible to being lost as this new Pharaoh arises. In doing so, I hope that they, like those who came before them, can find a way to hold on through the roller coaster of the historic Jewish experience as we navigate yet another trough. There will always be a new Pharaoh, and there will always be Israelites. They'll be the ones holding on to the core of their identity, even when the going gets tough. Shabbat Shalom. All right, fellow service leaders, you up for one more? Excellent. Page 282, Aleinu L'Shabbat time. Come on up here.
Yes.
Friends, we are indeed on the bottom of page 282 as our service continues with Aleinu L'Shabbat. Can I get a volunteer to open that ark who didn't help to light the candles, though thank you for being the first volunteer? Zach, you up for it? Right over here on the right side, if you'd be so kind, we invite you to rise as we join together in prayer. Got it. I like the slow reveal, it's dramatic.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, la'teit geula liyotzeh bereshit, shelo asanu kegoyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malachei hamalachim hakadosh baruch hu.
Page 287.
V'ne'emar v'hayu Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz v'yom ha'hu yihyeh Adonai echad u'shemo
Guys are awesome. Anyone to close the ark? It's a tough one.
I'll do it.
Okay, Liam's got it. Thank you, Kayla. All right, friends, thank you all so much. You're welcome to be seated. Everyone is welcome to be seated. As we turn in our prayer books to page 294, page 294, there finding words of Kaddish Yatom, our mourner's prayer. As we prepare for this prayer, we remember those who have passed from this earth, including one taken from us in most recent days, Renee Godin. And we observe the period of Shloshim for Bernice Frank. This Shabbat, we mark the yahrzeit, the commemoration of Pearl Alt and Rose Auerhahn, Jeanette Beckerman and Abraham Berlin, Dorothy Burles, Louis Cantor, Ben Chizek, Nan Curson, Mary Lou Delancey, Ruth Gans Fargostein, Philip Feldman, Harold Fellman, Minnie Fine, Eugene Francolini, Meyer B. Gefsky, Esther Geller, Minnie Gibbons, Minnie Glazer, George Gorin, Gertrude Gordon, Esther Greenstein, Melva R. Hirschfield, Lucille Hubscher, Eva Eisenberg, Isidore Jacobowitz, Margaret Kidder, Bertha Lebau, Jacob Lerner, Alvin Lichtenstuhl, Laszlo Lowy, Fred Morgan, Lena Moss, Barbara Bobby Myers, Jerome Myers, Leonard Sadkin, Trudy Sevransky, Elise Schneier, Arthur Simon, David Ira Trotsky, Ann Weiser, Stephen Wolkoff, Harry Zakowitz, and Lillian Ruth Zangwill. If you are remembering others this Shabbat, or if I've inadvertently mispronounced the name of a loved one, I would invite you to share it with the community at this time. Yeah. Charlie, please.
Carson Couture.
Yehi zichronam livracha. May the memory of our loved ones be for us an everlasting blessing. I would invite everyone who desires to rise in sympathy and support in solidarity with those among us who mourn, as together we affirm the words on page 294. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon uvyomechon u'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'gala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shemei rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lamei amayah Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal shemed kudusha barichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechamata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shalama rabba min shemaya V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May God, who makes peace in the highest of heavens, make peace for us and for all who mourn. And together we say, Amen. You are welcome to be seated. A tremendous thank you to our service leaders this evening, and the adults in their lives who got them here, not only here to temple tonight, but throughout their lives and their Jewish journey that causes them to join us in the leadership of this service. To all who have joined us in person and online, we invite you to join us for a nosh immediately following the service and a chance perhaps to discuss a little bit more. Thank you as well to Marley Lyons, who is not only our tech director, allowing everyone to join us on Zoom, but the tech wizard who somehow managed to get the confirmation picture kiosk working again after my multiple months of struggle. Thank you for bringing that back. Friends, we conclude our service this evening with those final words of Mourner's Kaddish. You can find them on page 294, the words of Oseh Shalom B'mromav.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom Asay shalom b'bramav, Yasay shalom aleinu, Yasay shalom, Yasay shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yasay shalom, Yasay shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.